That was the most wild hunt. I need to calm down for a second. Oh, thank you, God. So thankful for moments like this. Oh my word, guys. That was the most wild hunt. I need to calm down for a second. Oh, thank you, God. What a morning. So thankful for moments like this. Pretty sure he's a good one. I don't know, I mean, honestly, but we'll take a peek at him in a second here. This morning was absolutely crazy. I'm gonna try to do it justice because I really didn't do any interviews or anything. It was just non-stop. They were right here. I set up. So yesterday driving home, it was Sunday, can't hunt obviously in Maine, and so we stopped here and I've encountered this bird a couple times. I think this is the bird that me and Barrett were on, and I literally was like, I'm gonna kill him, and he kind of was like, go for it, and as he was saying go for it, he took off. So I was like kind of frustrated with the missed opportunity. Another day on my way to work, I stopped in, called, he gobbled. I had to be at work in like an hour, so I stopped and tried to hunt him and ended up having to leave him at 60 yards. And so that was kind of frustrating. So I went to work that day. Stopped by yesterday, Sunday evening, just to check. It was like 5:45, a couple hours before they would roost. And I call, and a hen starts calling. It was cool because my daughters and my wife were in the truck, and I had the windows down, and they could hear it. So I call again, and then, whoa, he just fires off. And my kids were like, oh. So I figured they would roost somewhere close. I set up here. They started gobbling right at legal. And they seemed pretty fired up. They had a hen with them for sure. I could tell by the way that they were acting, and I could hear faint yelping. And so they flew down eventually and went quiet. And that's kind of how I usually can gauge when they're down, is when they shut up. Eventually I called some more, and the hen started yelping a little closer, and then I heard a gobble down in the bottom here, and they slowly worked their way onto the other ridge, and I got a ton of video of them working their way back and forth. And I'd call a little bit. I have my decoys, and looking at it now, they definitely could see my decoys. I don't know how they couldn't. They're 100 yards across there, and for a minute there I thought there was a rise, but I'm looking at it now, and they definitely could see them. So they had hens obviously, and there's a couple jakes, so I don't think they wanted to come. Then all of a sudden the hen works her way from the other side, comes up right to my decoys, and I couldn't really get video because she was right there, and I got a little video of her walking away, and she walked right by the decoys and then walked up to them, and then they shut right up. When she walked up there, honestly, they probably thought that hen was me calling over here. They probably thought she finally came over. And then I called some more, and they gobbled once or twice, but they really shut up after that. They started to work their way up the ridge here, and as soon as they got out of sight, I'm like, I gotta make a move. And it was in a pretty good situation to make a move too, so I worked my way around, got up on the edge of the road, and a little tote road here, went up, and I could hear them yelping, and they would gobble every once in a while, but they were just 100 yards ahead of me, and I knew at the right time I was gonna have to just get aggressive. And I'm really hesitant to do that usually, so worked my way around, called a couple times, stopped in behind some big trees and called a little bit, and the hen would yelp, and they would gobble every now and then, but I was like, it's gonna have to be a stalk. So they were crossing a power line, and I crawled up to the power line, up the road, trying to be as quiet as I could. I got GoPro footage. I had to leave my main camera, and finally got up to the power line and poked over, and I could see them. And it happened twice where I could see them fanned out, and they're like 60, 70 yards, and I was like, I gotta make it happen before they cross the power line and get over there. And there's this one little rise off to the right, and I knew if I could go down the power line, it's kind of sloped, if I could go down and get around, then I could creep right up to that hill, and they should be 20 or 30 yards. So I just went for it, and got up to the hill, slowly slipped up to the top, and I peeked over a little bit, and I could see him fanned out in the middle of the road. There was a bunch of turkeys, and I was like, I can't shoot two because I already shot one, so I was trying to make sure that they were separated. And so eventually I could see that the other one was out of the way, and I just popped right up, shot him. Hopefully I got footage with the GoPro. It was strapped to my gun. I'm hoping it didn't move. I really hope I got footage because I didn't really get footage of my first one, but self-filming turkeys, when you got to move around, it's pretty much impossible unless you have a GoPro on your gun or Tacticam or something. So we want to get the footage, but I also got to work and spend time with my family too, so I'm not going to pass up that opportunity. So just a beautiful bird. Cool to finally get him after hunting him for a week. I've never done that with a turkey. Pretty sure it's the same one. He's been right here, roosting here. I've dealt with him a few times. So 3/4 inch spurs probably, and maybe a 7 or 8 inch beard, somewhere in there. But I mean, again, me and Dan have talked about this. We don't really care the size that much, honestly, as long as it's a tom. Really thankful. Get to go show the girls again, which is like my favorite part. It's gonna be so fun. They always get so excited, and so I'll go tag them and go show the girls and So I'm headed over to tag the bird, and I just wanted to say real quick how much I love Onyx, like legitimately. I was crawling out on that power line, and I've hunted there before, but really just kind of like passing through that spot, and I was pretty positive I was well over 100 yards, but like when you're in an open field looking at a house, you're like, it just makes you wonder. You just want to know for sure that like I was like, I'm probably like 200, 250. But I was like, still, there's just that little bit of like, you never want to be in the wrong in that situation. So I pulled out Onyx. I'm literally 50 yards from the bird, hiding behind the knoll. Pull out Onyx, map it in a line distance from me to the house, and it was 254 yards. So I was like, yep, good to go. Put my phone away, popped up over the knoll, kapow, tagged out. So, I mean, if you guys haven't even tried Onyx, you really need to. It's so handy. I mean, at first, I didn't really understand all the features of it, and so I didn't use it a ton, but then the more you dig into it and you play with it a little bit and get into it, it's actually probably the tool I use the most besides whatever I'm shooting the animal with. Like, it's just non-stop for scouting and for all that stuff, so tons of good uses. You should try Onyx.
Wow! Oh, come here, quick! Guys, come here! It's so big! Look at it, Lila! That big! Come on, see?
Yeah, he is pretty.
Is it a tom?
Uh-huh.
It is cool. And I got the second tom.
Second one. I'm all done now. Tagged out. Take that.
Oh, that's a big one, Dad. That's a big one.
Sit beside it. What do you think, Lila?
Beautiful.
How's that?
This is the best picture.
I had to sneak up on him. I had to crawl through the grass and pop up over a hill and shoot.
Cool.
It was crazy.
That was... Did you hear that?
The chainsaw. Yeah. What do you think, Lila?
Do you want to put it down so I can hold the feathers up?
You want to see it?
Mom, put it down on the grass. Put it down on the grass. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I love it.
We'll hold it up.
Sure.